What's up, everyone? Lethal here. This is going to be more so of a rant than an education video, so if you want to scroll past it, do so now. The reason I'm making this video is I've kind of become fed up with something. Now, those of you who know me know that I'm a centrist. When it comes to political stuff, I'm a centrist. There's stuff from the liberal and left side that I like, and there's stuff from the conservative and right side that I like. Both sides have stuff that I like, and both sides have stuff that I don't like. One thing I'm fed up with is the thing that is the number one problem with this country. The number one problem with America right now is not police brutality or political corruption or racial inequality. It's not racism. None of that. That's none of that. The number one problem in this country is that people cannot agree to disagree. People automatically assume, especially when it comes to political, they automatically assume either you believe everything I do or you're the enemy. It's either my way or you're wrong. And that is one of the most closed-minded ways of thinking that I've ever seen. People think that everyone should think like them, and that if they don't, you need, like, let's say you're liberal and you meet somebody conservative, you would think that you need to go to that conservative guy and make them think you do. You'd think you have to fix them and show them the right way to think. Or vice versa, someone who's liberal and someone who's conservative. Conservative would say, oh, I needed to fix them and make them start thinking the right way. There is no right way to think. There's only differing of opinions. And it has nothing to do with morals or any of that other crap. It's all literally difference of opinions. Because if you want to bring morals into it, morals are subjective. Entirely. Something that might be illegal in one country might be illegal in another. In India, it's illegal to kill cows. In the United States, 100% legal and done on an everyday basis. Simple things, simple differences. People need to learn that it's our differences that make us who we are. It's our differences that make us unique, and it's our differences that make us special. Sure, we have a whole lot in common, but it's because we have so much in common that our differences are what really matter. People need to learn that everyone's different. You're not going to meet everybody who thinks exactly like you do, and that's okay. You don't need to think exactly alike for you to be friends with someone. You can disagree with people and still be friends with them. Just because you're a liberal doesn't mean you can't be friends with a conservative. Just because you're conservative doesn't mean you can't be friends with a liberal. It's just so irritating. And, I see it more so on the left than I do on the right. I mean, just from my own viewpoint and perspective and my own opinion, the right seems a little bit more accepting than the left does. I met a lot of conservatives who are more than happy to strike up a conversation with me and, explain their viewpoint to me and, have an open dialogue and talk. Whereas there's been a lot of leftist leaning people and liberals who I've talked to who automatically judge me. Just for how I look or some of the stuff I said. Like, I had someone say, like, oh, he's probably a Trump supporter because I mentioned something about violence in Chicago. I mentioned violence in Chicago because I lived here almost 30 years and I know exactly what it's like here. I've been just about everywhere in the city. I've seen just about everything you can see in this city. 30 years is a long time. A very long time. I've seen just about everything this city has to offer, the good and the bad. I know what goes on here because I've lived here. I have only ever lived in Chicago. From the time I was born till now, I've only ever lived in Chicago. I've lived in the same damn area my whole life. Doesn't mean I've stayed in this area. I go out places, I go out to have fun, I go and do stuff. But at the end of the day, when I come home, I'm coming back to the same area I've lived in for almost 30 years. So I would assume that I would know more about Chicago than somebody who doesn't live there. And that's not to say that maybe they didn't necessarily think I was giving Chicago the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they just took it the wrong way. But it was still kind of rude to just assume something about me. And secondly, Who cares if I'm a Trump supporter or if I support Biden or whatever? Who cares? Contrary to popular belief, who your presidential candidate is isn't a matter of morals. It's not right or wrong. It's who's best for the country. That is how elections are supposed to be run. It's supposed to be who's best for the country. And I just don't understand how it got so convoluted to where people are like, it's good and bad, good and bad. Republicans good, Democrats bad. Or Democrats good, Republicans bad. Or, conservative good, liberal bad, liberal good, conservative bad. It has nothing to do with that bullshit. It's literally a matter of your opinion. People can't seem to get that through their minds that all this political shit is a matter of opinion. At the end of the day, the reason why there's such a disparaging divide between us American people is because of the media. Because of the media and certain political figures on both sides of the aisle who have been stirring the pot. And also celebrities. They've been stirring the pot and stirring the pot and stirring the pot and just making the divide larger and larger and larger. And that's not okay. It's not okay at all. And I just gotta get this off my chest because it's just so frustrating. Like, I recently, went to go see a friend of mine, and I knew her roommates were gonna be, more left or liberal leaning, and me personally, I'm a centrist, so it didn't bug me. Even if I was conservative, it wouldn't bug me. Like, I knew they were gonna be leftist, but I was like, all right, cool, whatever, that's cool. Don't bug me none. I go up there, and what do you know? They seem like cool people. They didn't give me no problems, and I didn't give them any problems. Now, I'm not sure why they mentioned things when I wasn't there, but I mean, maybe they just didn't feel comfortable bringing it up to my face, and I mean, I can understand that, but it was still kind of rude because they did make some assumptions about me, and I would have liked to had an open dialogue about those assumptions to, I don't know, maybe help them see from my own perspective. Because in order to get along with people, you need to see stuff from other people's perspectives. And you can't do that if you believe your way of thinking is the only way to think. The human mind is kind of odd like that, where no two people are going to think identically. Politically, morally, religiously, socially, you name it. But I've noticed it from the leftist side that they're a lot less accepting than they claim to be. Like, their whole platform is acceptance, 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 acceptance. Like, we're the guys who are about loving everyone and free love and acceptance, but God forbid you're a conservative, they'll fucking persecute you. They'll drag you to the streets. God forbid you're a Trump supporter, they love everyone who isn't conservative or a Trump supporter, which is messed up. And it's on the conservative side too. Conservatives are not without fault. There are definitely conservatives out there who, if you're a liberal, they will give you shit all damn day, and that's wrong. People need to learn that this political shit doesn't fucking matter. What matters is people as human beings. Stop judging people based on what they believe politically or socially or economically or any of that shit. Stop focusing on the shit that doesn't matter and just focus on that's a human being standing in front of you. Get to know the human being and then judge them. And by judge, I mean just decide if you want them to be your friend or not. Because at the end of the day, you can't really judge anyone for anything because you're not in a position to judge anyone. Nobody's better than anyone else. Stop judging people like that. It's wrong. Entirely wrong. Start looking at people with more of an open mind regardless of what they believe in. I guarantee if everyone started doing that, this country would be a hell of a lot better than it already is. That's all I got for you guys today. My video, hopefully we'll be able to upload it, but that's all I got for you to now. Lethal, out.